How's it going, superstars and divas? Is your favorite diva K Sparks here, and wow, you guys, we had a really good Monday Night Raw tonight, you guys. Monday Night Raw was kicked off by the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H. He came out having a promo about fearing the authority and talking about Roman disrespecting the authority and choosing to challenge them, and talking about Romans and talking about the consequences of Roman deciding to go against them and disrespect the authority. So Triple H goes on and on saying like everybody needs to fear the authority and need to respect them and this and this and that. And while he's talking, he is cut off by Dean Ambrose. So of course, that's going to be one of the other people that's going to go against the authority and not going to want somebody to tell him what to do. So, Dean Ambrose, he's still feeling the effects from last week, from the attack by Lesnar last week. He does limp to the ring a little, but he does get to the ring, and he comes out to a huge pop from the audience. The audience loved Dean Ambrose. Like, they just chanted Ambrose, 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 Ambrose for a couple of minutes. And Dean was able to start talking, and he says, first of all, I just got off the phone with Roman. He says hi, and he says he's coming for you. He's like, well, that's y'all thing. And he actually, and then Triple H starts making fun of Dean Ambrose about their bromance, and Dean, he's like, okay, you got jokes, and so they have this whole conversation between each other, and Dean actually says that the reason I came out here is because I want to know who were you hoping to face at WrestleMania? Better yet, who were you hoping not to face at WrestleMania? And Triple H just brushed Dean off. He's like, Dean was never a factor. It was just mainly about Roman and Brock Lesnar. And Dean did not take too kindly to that. He may have smirked a little bit, but he did not take too kindly to that. To the point where he got in Triple H's face and said, well, you know, I know how you are to little people, but I'm Dean Ambrose. And I'm the last guy. And I know I am the last guy that you want to face at WrestleMania. So Triple H started making fun of him, like, okay, you really are mental, aren't you? Like, you're severely mental. You're severely crazy. Like, I thought it was just an act, but you really are crazy. Dean's just like, why does everyone keep saying that? I don't know, Dean. I don't know. I don't get why people keep thinking you're crazy. But, you know, Dean let it be known, like, hey, I'm not joking around. I'm serious about this. And Dean he lets him know, like, hey, I'm nothing to play with. Because you know you can't beat me. And the audience actually chanted at some point during their conversation saying, you can't beat him. You can't beat him. They were just taunting Triple H. You can't beat him. So Dean basically lays out a challenge to Triple H, saying, let's see the COO in action. Let's see you versus me for that. And he pointed at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So, Triple H being Triple H, he says, you know what? You know, he's like, I'll let you know my answer by the end of the show. Dean's like, okay, do you mean by the end of Raw or by the end of the night? Well, sorry, Triple H said, I will let you know by the end of the night. And that's when Dean said, okay, do you mean by the end of the show or by the end of the night? Because I actually have something I need to do. So, Triple H says, I will let you know before the end of Raw. And he says, well, you do have, now that you mention it, you do have something you need to do. And he sets up a match between Dean Ambrose and Alberto Del Rio, and saying Alberto Del Rio will have his friends, the League of Nations, around ringside. So and he says he will let him know his answer by the end of the night. Triple H, you are not fooling anybody. You gotta choose either you're a COO or you're a competitor. You can't be both for long. You have to pick one or the other. So, next, first match of the night after that awesome scene. You guys have to see it when you can. You have to see this funny interaction between Dean Ambrose and Triple H, because Dean definitely steps up to Triple H, shuts him down. In my opinion, he shuts him down. First match of the night, we have Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. This is a #1 contenders match. Awesome match, because these two give it their all. Like, seriously, they give it their all. And I've seen these two battle numerous of times, and I always love it in the end. And by the end of this match, Becky Lynch was trying to go for a flip on Sasha, but it was actually countered. And when they flipped off the top turnbuckle, Becky Lynch, she did hit the mat. Her shoulders were down, but Sasha Banks, she was still winded from the match. She fell back as well. So both of their shoulders were counted. It's counted to 1, to get the 2, to get the 3. So both divas were down, and the match ended up being a draw. And during this match, we actually had Charlotte at ringside. She didn't interfere or anything. She actually looked completely bored during the match, and I don't know. It's a draw now, and I'm pretty sure, you guys, I'm sticking with it. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a triple threat at WrestleMania, and that's where a lot of people in the audience were chanting as well. So, we'll see. Next, we have The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. They had an altercation, run-in with each other last Monday on the Raw pre-show, and Ziggler, he basically just told Miz, like, you know what? You're hardly a superstar. You're not even you shouldn't even be a superstar anymore. So Ziggler's telling him, go to Hollywood. You're not a WWE superstar. You're all about movies and everything. So, Miz did not take too kindly to that. This was a very, very quick match, you guys. And Dolph Ziggler, he was running towards Miz to hit him with an attack, but Miz dodged it, and Dolph Ziggler ended up hitting the turnbuckles, and Miz rolled him up to get the 1, to get the 2, to get the 3. The Miz is your winner. He is trying to put everybody on notice, like, I am still here. Next, we have a promo by Bray Wyatt. It's pretty creepy, you guys. And he's basically telling the audience, or I don't know, I guess he's trying to bring in more fireflies or something, I don't know. But he's basically just saying, take my hand and join me, or find out what happens. So I guess he's saying, like, either join me or join the giant, or join the Titans. Look what happened to them if you refuse me. I'm definitely not going to be joining Bray Wyatt, because I am safely and happily in the Ambrose Asylum, and that's where I'm staying. Next, we have Stephanie McMahon. Actually, she comes out to the ring, and she starts to talk about her speech for the Legacy of Excellence. She doesn't really get to say her speech, because the audience were just booing her and chanting for Shane, and she just got livid. She got so livid. She actually, she grabbed the award and she pushed over the stand that the award was on before she put it in her arm. And she just went on this huge rant about Shane and abandoning her family, abandoning the WWE since he hasn't been here in 6 or 7 years, and she just doesn't feel appreciated by the WWE universe. And she actually said that she actually hopes that the Undertaker is going to dismember Shane at WrestleMania. And she says that soon everyone will have to bow down to the king, Triple H, and then bow down to the queen, her. So she throws down the mic and she just stomps away. She just leaves the ring in anger. So she is completely angry about the audience's reaction to her. Next, we have Lucha Dragons versus Sheamus and Rusev. And King Barrett is actually back in action, you guys. As you may already notice, King Barrett's back in action. So that's pretty interesting. There was a lot of distractions in this match. And Del Rio was able to distract Kalisto on the apron because Kalisto was the legal one in. And when Kalisto got back into the ring, he was met with a huge kick by Rusev. So Rusev was able to get the 1, to get the 2, to get the 3. Rusev and Sheamus are your winners. And if you wonder what happened to Kalisto, he got bro kicked by Sheamus outside the ring before he was taken out by Kalisto. Next we have Ryback versus Adam Rose. This was a different Ryback, you guys. Like, not different in appearance, but attitude-wise, Ryback snapped during this match. He completely snapped. So, the last few minutes of this match, not even a few minutes, but last portion of this match to finish it off, Ryback, when he snapped, he went off on Adam Rose. He kept hitting him with strikes, no matter if the referee was trying to pull him off, and he finally connected with the shell shock to get the 1, to get the 2, to get the 3. Ryback, this new aggressional, that's not even a word, this new Ryback, full of aggression. He wins and he just rolls out of the ring and walks away like it's nothing. So this is new Ryback, and I am excited to see more of him. I'm actually liking this Ryback. So next we have the New Day versus Chris Jericho and AJ Styles. This match was phenomenal, people. You knew I was going to say it. This match was phenomenal. And near the end of this match, AJ Styles, he was able to jump on the ropes and connect with a forearm to Big E. And when he jumped out of the ring, Kofi Kingston tried to go for a Trouble in Paradise to Chris Jericho, who already had a bruised eye from the last time Kofi kicked him in the eye with Trouble in Paradise. But this time, Chris Jericho caught him and put him in the Walls of Jericho, and Kofi had no choice but to tap out to Walls of Jericho. So Chris Jericho and AJ Styles are your winners. And after this match, they let them know, like, okay, you guys, I may be the new guy, but after tonight's win, I'm pretty sure that makes us on the top of the list for those tag team championships. So next week, we want Chris Jericho, Y2AJ as they call themselves, versus the New Day for the tag team championships. And we got it, you guys. We have those tag team championships will be on the line next week on Raw. So next we have Vince McMahon. He comes out to the ring and he cuts a little promo on Shane versus The Undertaker, and he actually introduces The Undertaker. And The Undertaker, that guy, he still sends chills down my body. Down my spine, rather. And, like, I'm pretty sure you're always going to get that with The Undertaker. So The Undertaker, he just gives this look to Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon was trying to say that, like, that's right, he's my force of destruction. He does what I tell him. But The Undertaker just grabs Vince by the throat and talks, and he tells Vince McMahon, he says, like, you know what's going to happen at WrestleMania. So the blood of Shane McMahon, your son, will not be on my hands. It will be on yours. And he just leaves. He leaves the ring, and that leads to Mr. McMahon cutting a promo, another promo actually, continuing his promo, and saying that after WrestleMania, when Shane loses, he will cut him out of his inheritance. He will get him out of his, he will write him out of his will. He would just disown Shane McMahon as his son. He would no longer acknowledge Shane McMahon as his son, but a son of a B. So that was pretty shocking to hear. So there's a lot of swearing going on here. So it looks like they are sticking to their word, and we are getting a little bit edgier. Next, we have Jey Uso versus Bubba Ray Dudley. This was a quick match as well. Once again, the Dudleys, they pulled their old tactics, acting like they were going to bring out a table to distract their opponents, because they did that last time in their match, and that's how Devon was able to win. So, Bubba Ray. Yeah, Devon was able to win when Bubba Ray pulled the table out, and now Devon pulled the table out, hit Jimmy Uso with the table, and distract, and that's how Bubba Ray was able to slam Jey Uso with a full Nelson slam, and Bubba Ray got the 1, he got the 2, he got the 3. Bubba Ray Dudley is your winner. Next, we have a backstage segment. It is R-Truth and Goldust, and R-Truth basically tell him, like, I'm not interested in being your partner. I don't want to be Golden Truth or anything like that. I don't want to be your partner. That's it. That's all. And to the point, like, he actually hurt Goldust's feelings, and Goldust just walked off. Come on, Truth. Don't be like that to him. You guys would be amazing. Don't write him off like that. Next, we have Kevin Owens versus Big Show. Kevin Owens does owe Big Show this match because of what happened in their last match on SmackDown, where Kevin Owens won via countout. And at the end of this match, it was really funny because Big Show was able to do what Kevin Owens did to him on their SmackDown match. Big Show grabbed Kevin Owens off the top turnbuckle, and Kevin Owens fell on the ropes, and he kind of hit between the legs, and he fell off the ring, and he was the one that was counted out, and Big Show laughed the entire time. So Big Show wins via countout. We next have a backstage interview with Renee, and she interviews Brie Bella, and Brie Bella's talking about Daniel and Nikki and how they're doing, and how she's, even though she lost at Fastlane, she doesn't regret anything. She's actually interrupted by Lana. And Lana, she knocks off Brie and Brian and talks about how her and Rusev are better, and Lana just says, like, their marriage will fall apart. And Brie just basically tells her, like, you know what? If you can get in the ring, then we'll talk. And she talks about Rusev. She also knocks off Rusev and makes fun of him, talking about, like, he's the bear in Revenant, but tell Lana, like, he does need to shave his back. And she walks off. So that was a little funny. Next, the match was Naomi versus Brie Bella, and Brie was doing really good in this match until Tamina interfered, and that's how Naomi was able to apply her new submission hold to Brie Bella, and Brie Bella couldn't go anywhere, so she had to tap out. And of course, you guys probably already figured, after this match, Lana comes out, but she stands at the top of the apron and laughs at Brie Bella. So, is it a possibility that we will get Lana lacing up those wrestling boots? We shall see. I'm looking forward to it. Next we see Sasha and Becky Lynch talking about their match, saying like, if I had one more minute, I would have beat you. But Charlotte lets them know like, hey, they will face each other one more time in order to determine the number one contender at WrestleMania. And I'm pretty sure, say it again, you guys, I'm pretty sure that's going to end in a draw, or somebody's going to interfere. And it's going to end up them being a triple threat match. I'm sticking to it. I'm going to stick to it. Finally, we have the main event. It is Dean Ambrose versus Alberto Del Rio. Dean is coming to the ring, but you can see my baby, he is injured. His shoulders taped up. His ribs are taped up. Brock Lesnar really hurt my man. So, he hurt my boobs. So, I'm not too happy about seeing my baby so injured like that. But Dean makes his way to the ring, and he's ready for the fight. Alberto Del Rio and the League of Nations members come out. And Alberto Del Rio, he just dominated Dean, basically, until near the end. And Dean was able to bounce back a few times, and he never quit. He never let Alberto Del Rio pin him, and he almost got counted out at 9, but he jumped back in that ring at the last second. So, there's my fighter for you guys. And near the end of this match, Dean was able to take out the League of Nations with a elbow drop from the top turnbuckle. And when he went back in the ring to basically get a count out, I would take that, especially if I'm all injured. And that's when Triple H's music hit. This guy always loves interfering in these matches, in the middle of the matches, when he knows his people are about to get counted out. I'm so sick of that. So, Triple H does come down to the ring, but he starts making this movement, and I already knew, like, he's calling for a League of Nations. And they do attack Dean. The other League of Nations members attack Dean, and that's when the bell rings, and Alberto Del Rio was disqualified, and Dean Ambrose won by DQ. So, Alberto Del Rio was able to connect with a kick to Dean Ambrose. Triple H, he comes in the ring and shakes all of the League of Nations members' hands like his little puppets. Well, I guess his new hounds, as you may call them, because that's what they're acting like. And so, him and Triple H just walks around Dean, saying like, you really don't learn, do you? You really don't learn. You really need to learn not to disrespect authority and everything like that. But he got cut off because Dean punched him right in the face. And Dean was able to get some hits on Triple H before Triple H, and when he turned around to get some more hits, Triple H kicked him in the face and hit him with a pedigree. So, and Triple H grabbed the mic once again and said, okay, you want your championship match? You're on. Good job, Triple H. You fell right into Dean's hands as well. So, Triple H is walking away, but wrong, bad mistake, Triple H. You gave Dean Ambrose a mic. And while Triple H is walking away, Dean Ambrose gets on the mic and just say, hey, Hunter, thanks. I was laughing at that. A lot of other people were laughing at that as well, but Triple H wasn't too happy with that. He already had took his tie off before he came to the ring. So then he takes off his jacket and rolls up his sleeve and then just starts coming to the ring. He comes to the ring and picks up Dean Ambrose and throws him out next to the announcer's table. And then he throws Dean over the announce table. And when he comes to around the announcer's table to grab Dean, he actually throws Byron Saxton out of the way, along with some papers, and throws chairs, and he puts Dean on the announcer's table and starts punching him in the face. Thankfully, it didn't make him bleed like Roman did, but he was punching Dean in the face. But the referees were able to come out and get him off before he could try to do any more damage. And they gave him Triple H's title, and he walked off. Even though people are going to say that that was stupid of Dean, or, you know, Triple H won that night, or he gained the most momentum. I'm going to say this. Triple H did exactly what Dean wanted. Dean got exactly what he wanted, and that was a championship match. So, I'm giving more kudos to my baby than I am to Triple H. And Dean actually got under the skin of Triple H by just saying thanks. Good job, Triple H. Nice to know we can make you snap just like that. So, you're really losing your cool too easily, dude. You need to watch that. So, that's what happened on Monday Night Raw tonight, you guys. I was pleased with it. I was pleased with Raw. I was happy with everything that went down. I was happy to see my baby standing up to Triple H, and my baby got a championship match, so I'm happy with that. So, that's what happened on Monday Night Raw, you guys. I'll try to I would try to do a SmackDown review this week. Try to. But I know for sure I won't be able to do a Monday Night Raw next week because, you guys, Monday Night Raw is in Chicago and I will be there. I will be there when they have the Tag Team Championship matches. The Tag Team Championships will be on the line. I'm going to be there to see that. And I'm also going to see Shane McMahon live. So I am excited to see Monday Night Raw, you guys. So, sorry, I won't be able to post up what happened right after the show. But I will let you guys know how the show was from actually being there. But I will let you guys know how it was. But I'll try to do a SmackDown review show later this week for SmackDown. So, I enjoyed Raw, you guys. Let me know what you thought about Dean Ambrose's actions tonight in the comments below. What do you think about the other rivalries they may be starting up with New Day and the League of Nations? And if you think there's going to be a triple threat match at WrestleMania for the Divas Championship. Let me know what you guys think. Talk to me. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Make sure you guys to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit that like button for me. And until then, you guys, I'm Kay Sparks. See ya!